He's just 12 years old, standing on a stage in front of millions, wearing worn-out shoes and a tattered shirt, yet in his hands, he holds something priceless, a guitar and a voice that can shatter hearts. Tonight, this poor Filipino boy is about to sing, Hotel California, and no one, not even Simon Cowell, will leave the stage without tears. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss moments like this that touch the soul. From the moment he stepped into the audition room, you could feel the weight of his story. His name was Miguel, a boy from a small barangay in Quezon City, living in a cramped, one-room house with his mother and younger sister. Their father had left years ago, and his mother worked multiple jobs, barely making ends meet. Miguel had discovered music as a refuge, a way to escape the harsh realities of life. He spent nights teaching himself guitar from old videos on a borrowed smartphone and singing along to songs that carried him far beyond his small neighborhood. The Golden Moment auditions were packed with hopefuls, some with impressive backgrounds and others simply chasing a dream. Miguel's appearance was modest, almost unnoticeable, but the moment he strummed the first chord, the room fell silent. His fingers trembled slightly on the guitar strings, yet the melody emerged pure and haunting. He took a deep breath and began to sing, Hotel California. His voice carried the warmth of someone who had felt life's hardships but had never lost hope. Every note resonated with pain, longing, and a bittersweet beauty that no one could ignore. Simon Cowell, sitting in the middle of the judges' panel, leaned forward, his usual skeptical expression softening. For the first time in a long while, the famously critical judge looked visibly moved. One of the other judges, usually reserved, covered her mouth as tears threatened to fall. The room, filled with whispers and cautious admiration, seemed to vanish. There was only Miguel and his voice, telling a story words never could. But the journey to this stage had been anything but easy. Miguel had been practicing in secret for months, hiding his ambitions from neighbors who often ridiculed his dreams. He had borrowed his guitar from a local music shop, promising to return it, even if it meant he could not practice for a day. On top of this, the night before the audition, a storm had destroyed part of his neighborhood, and Miguel had spent hours helping his mother salvage their belongings. He arrived at the audition exhausted, hungry, and unsure if he even had the strength to perform. The twist in the story came when, halfway through the song, Miguel faltered. His fingers slipped on a difficult chord, and his voice wavered. For a brief moment, the audience gasped, thinking the performance was over. But then something remarkable happened. Miguel closed his eyes, remembered every sacrifice he had endured, and pushed forward. He didn't just recover, he soared. His voice gained strength, hitting every note with precision and emotion. Simon Cowell's eyes welled up with tears, his arms crossed tightly at first, now opening in admiration. The falter had transformed the performance, turning it into an even more powerful moment of triumph. As the final notes lingered in the air, the room erupted into applause, but it was not the ordinary kind of clapping. It was a deep, emotional acknowledgement of resilience, talent, and the human spirit. Miguel stood frozen for a second, stunned by the overwhelming reaction. Simon Cowell was the first to stand, giving a rare standing ovation. "That was incredible," he said, voice cracking slightly. "You reminded us all why music matters." The other judges joined him, tears in their eyes, smiles mixed with awe. After the performance, Miguel shared a glimpse of his life off stage. He spoke softly about his family, his neighborhood, and his dreams. He said he wanted to make music not just for himself, but for all the children who feel unheard or overlooked. His humility and sincerity only made the audience love him more. Cameras captured every smile, every tear, every raw expression of hope. The Golden Moment producers revealed that Miguel's audition had gone viral within hours. Social media exploded with messages of support from around the world, many sharing their own stories of struggle and hope. The story of a poor Filipino boy singing a classic song in a way that resonated across borders captured hearts everywhere. In the weeks that followed, Miguel faced new challenges. Offers to perform, interviews, and public appearances flooded in. Yet, he remained grounded. He continued attending school, helping his mother, and practicing his music. Each new opportunity reminded him of the journey he had taken, from a small neighborhood, battling poverty and doubt, to a stage where the world was watching. The most dramatic twist came during the semifinals. Miguel returned to the stage, knowing the pressure was greater, and expectations were higher. Critics predicted that he could never recreate the same emotional impact. But Miguel did not sing for the judges this time. He sang for himself, for his family, for every child who had been told their dreams were impossible. And once again, the audience was in tears, Simon Cowell wiping a tear from his eye as he said, "This boy has a gift that goes beyond talent." His performance wasn't perfect technically, but it was flawless emotionally. By the end of the season, Miguel became a symbol of perseverance and hope. News outlets called him the boy who could move hearts with a song. Yet for Miguel, the biggest victory was not fame, it was the ability to share his story, to inspire others, and to prove that even in the darkest circumstances, talent, passion, and courage could shine through. Today, Miguel continues to perform, write songs, and pursue his dream of becoming a global musician. He often returns to his hometown, mentoring children who dream of music but face hardships like he once did. Every time he picks up his guitar, he remembers that audition room, that first chord, and the moment he realized that his voice could reach beyond borders and touch hearts. The story of Miguel reminds us that true talent isn't measured by wealth or opportunity, it's measured by courage, perseverance, and the willingness to rise above every challenge. He turned a simple song into an emotional journey, proving that music is universal, and that hope can be found in the unlikeliest of places.